The draw in Monaco felt less like ritual and more like a fuse. Once lit, what follows will be loud, combustible and impossible to ignore. Barcelona have been handed one of the most intoxicating and dangerous lineups imaginable. PSG looms as a headline threat. Chelsea brings tactical unpredictability. Newcastle promises a vociferous crowd at St James Park. And the rest of the slate: Brugge, Slavia Prague, Eintracht, Copenhagen and Olympiacos, contains trap fixtures that have undone complacent giants before. That list reads like a test of everything modern Barcelona claims to be: technical fluency, tactical bravery, squad depth and a psychological hunger to win again. Meanwhile, Real Madrid face a route that is no less relentless. Manchester City and Liverpool sit among their opponents alongside Juventus, Benfica, Marseille, Monaco, Olympiacos and Chirat, a schedule loaded with attackers, managers who punish mistakes, and away nights that will demand absolute focus. What the draw has done is compress an entire season's worth of questions into 8 high-stakes match days where every detail can ripple into domestic races and managerial headlines. For Barcelona, this is an audition for identity. Will the young forward seize the platform when PSG arrives with headline talent and a trophy hunger that has been sharpened by expectation? Can Xavi balance the urgency of continental nights with the grind of La Liga? Chelsea, long a delivered paradox of talent and turmoil, represents a tactical minefield. They can be beaten with structure, but can also punish overcommitment with lightning counters. Newcastle will not only test Barca's tactical setup, but their temperament, the atmosphere at St James Park, the physicality of Premier League opponents, and the fervent fan base turn trips like that into moral examinations, not just fixtures. Away to Brugge or Prague are not freebies. European history is full of clubs who forgot to show up mentally and paid for it in full. The 8-match format magnifies those moments. More games, more chance to find rhythm, but also more windows for collapse. Real Madrid's itinerary forces a different kind of calculus. City and Liverpool offer relentless pressing and transition threats that will test defensive coherence. Juventus demands tactical discipline and physical battles. Benfica and Marseille arrive with strategic savvy and continental hunger. Ancelotti's rotations will be scrutinised, not politely. A single misread substitution or a minor injury could cost precious points and change momentum. Managers are no longer judged only by trophies. They are measured by how they navigate the thick of European campaigns while keeping domestic ambitions intact. This draw is a pressure test for coaching staff, sports directors and medical teams as much as for the players on the pitch. What will make this league phase mesmerising is the human texture. A 19-year-old forward whose first goal against a giant becomes the defining highlight of his career. A captain in the autumn of his legacy who refuses to pass the torch without one last fight. A coach whose early season failures put his job on the line and whose European nights suddenly determine public fate. Strategies will sharpen into grudges, tactical experiments will be judged by their single-moment consequences, and pundits will convert small episodes into season-long narratives. The compact schedule, beginning mid-September and stretching into January, means the European story will run through the middle of domestic campaigns, forcing transfer room decisions and winter adjustments to be made under the pressure of live results. So what should fans watch for? First, the tactical chess: who presses high, who sits in, who gambles on rotation. Second, the young players who arrive hungry and unrehearsed. These fixtures are the stage where careers can pivot overnight. Third, the disciplinary moments. A suspension or a red card in this format is not a footnote, it is a season-altering event. Finally, the narrative shocks. An upset here could spin into domestic momentum for one side and catastrophic collapse for another. Monaco's draw has given us storylines, some predictable, some shocking, and the pitch will write the verdicts. Expect nights of noise, managerial drama, and moments so vivid they become part of footballing folklore. When the first whistle blows in mid-September, patience will be short and expectation high. By the last league phase match in late January, we will already know which giants look built to last. Until then, the only certainty is uncertainty, and in football, that is often the best kind of promise.